HTC U12 Plus can be categorized as the traditional flagship, where HTC puts in all the best it can offer, and also the traditional flagship pricing, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 is aiming to be the flagship killer by offering almost all the best it can offer, but with a killer pricing. Can HTC U12 Plus stand strong as a flagship, or will it be killed by the flagship killer Xiaomi Pocophone F1? That is what we are going to find out. I am Alex Ong from Mr. Tax, and you are now watching the comparison of the HTC U12 Plus and Xiaomi Pocophone F1. Both HTC U12 Plus and Xiaomi Pocophone F1 are sporting almost the same specifications, but the differences in pricing is a lot. HTC U12 Plus is selling at 3,499 ringgit Malaysia in Malaysia, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 is selling at 1,299 ringgit Malaysia for the cheapest option in Malaysia. Will the pricing affect your buying decision, or you will put out 3,499 ringgit Malaysia to get the best out of the best? Before we start, let us clear off the specifications for both smartphones. You can pause the video here as the specifications for both smartphones is shown in the video. The HTC U12 Plus uses glass back design, and the back is what HTC called semi-translucent liquid surface back. The semi-translucent liquid surface back allows you to look into your smartphone components and is very eye-catching. As for Xiaomi Pocophone F1, it chooses polycarbonate as the material for its back. If you want me to choose, I will choose glass back rather than a polycarbonate back. The glass back provided the more solid feel in the hand than the polycarbonate back. At the front, you will find a 6-inch 18:9 Quad HD Super LCD 6 display on HTC U12 Plus with Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on top. You will find a 6.18-inch 18.7:9 1080p LCD display on Pocophone F1 with Corning Gorilla Glass on top. HTC U12 Plus display supports DCI-P3, sRGB, and HDR10. Even though Xiaomi does not claim the support of HDR on Pocophone F1, it does able to play back HDR video on YouTube. When put side by side, HTC U12 Plus display is able to produce punchier color than Pocophone F1 display. Even when playing non-HDR video, HTC U12 Plus display still produce punchier color than Pocophone F1 display. By the time this video is up, Pocophone F1 still does not support white wine L1, which means that you will not be able to play HD or even HDR video on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and other streaming services. At the top of the display, you will find the dual 8-megapixel cameras, earpiece that act as the secondary boom sound speaker, microphone, and sensors on HTC U12 Plus. You will find the notch that houses the 20-megapixel front-facing camera, earpiece that act as the secondary speaker, sensors, and infrared sensor for face unlock. The face unlock is fast and it will not work with your eyes closed. With the infrared sensor, you are able to face unlock under low light or no light. HTC U12 Plus is IP68 certified, where it can submerge into fresh water up to 30 minutes. Pocophone F1 only splash proof, where it can only withstand light rain. If you are a clumsy person, HTC U12 Plus will be a better choice. Both HTC U12 Plus and Xiaomi Pocophone F1 are powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845. The performance on both smartphones are top-notch. Xiaomi also included liquid cool technology on Pocophone F1, which means that you will not need to worry about overheating and drop performance. HTC U12 Plus does not come with any additional cooling system. When you do heavy-duty tasks like gaming, you will feel the heat at the metal frame. Even with the heat you feel at the metal frame, there are no drop performance. HTC U12 Plus is running on Android 8.0 Oreo with Sense UI on top, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 is running on Android 8.1 Oreo with MIUI for POCO on top. Both HTC U12 Plus and Pocophone F1 will be upgraded to Android 9.0 Pie. HTC U12 Plus supports treble and seamless system updates, while Pocophone F1 only supports treble. Worth mentioning is that Pocophone F1 supports AR Core, which means that you are able to use Pokemon Go AR Plus for more lifelike interaction with the Pokemon. On HTC U12 Plus, you will get the Edge Sense 2 where you can short squeeze and long squeeze to call out action. You are also able to double tap the Edge Sense 2 to call out action. By holding on Edge Sense 2, you will also get Smart Rotate and Smart Dip. Along with the introduction of Pocophone, it also brings along Poco Launcher. With Poco Launcher, you are able to enjoy App Drawer on your MIUI smartphone. I made a hands-on video of the Poco Launcher on Redmi Note 5. If you are interested to watch the video, I will leave the link down in the description down below, or you can find it on the top right corner. Both HTC U12 Plus and Xiaomi Pocophone F1 sports dual camera at the rear. The dual camera on HTC U12 Plus is a combination of f1.75 12MP wide-angle lens with f2.6 16MP telephoto lens. The 16MP telephoto lens allows you to achieve 2 times optical zoom and 10 times digital zoom. With the presence of the 16MP telephoto lens, you will be able to shoot portrait photo. The dual camera on Pocophone F1 is the combination of f1.9 12MP main sensor and f2.0 5MP secondary sensor. The 12MP main sensor will be handling all the capturing duty, while the 5MP secondary sensor only serves as depth sensing sensor for the portrait. You will get Artificial Intelligence mode on Pocophone F1, where it can identify the object or subject that you are taking and provide you the best setting for your object or subject. For this video, all photos are taken with the Artificial Intelligence mode turned off. Overall, HTC U12 Plus is able to shoot better photos than Pocophone F1. HTC U12 Plus is able to shoot photos with better details, and with the inclusion of optical image stabilizer, you will not need to hold your breath when taking a photo. The chance for you to take a blurry photo on the Pocophone F1 is higher as it lacks optical image stabilizer. Pocophone F1 also tends to bump up the ISO to make the photos look brighter but lacking of details. Photos taken by the HTC U12 Plus are true to life, while photos taken by Pocophone F1 are more eye-catching by making the colors more vibrant. I will go with the HTC U12 Plus for the true to life photos and better detailed photos. Both HTC U12 Plus and Pocophone F1 are able to shoot portrait photos. And HTC U12 Plus portrait photo is just remarkable. The background blur is so natural until you will think that the photos is taken by a DSLR. Pocophone F1 portrait photo just looks bad when compared with HTC U12 Plus portrait photo. You can immediately notice that the background blur is fake. You're also able to shoot portrait photo with a front-facing camera on both smartphones. HTC U12 Plus is having dual 8MP camera for the portrait photo to work, while Pocophone F1 uses software for the portrait mode to work. Sorry Xiaomi, even though your artificial intelligence software is good, but I have to go with HTC U12 Plus if I take a lot of portrait photos. As for video, HTC U12 Plus is able to shoot 1080p 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second video, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 only able to shoot 1080p 30 frames per second and 4K 30 frames per second video. As for slow motion video, HTC U12 Plus only able to shoot 1080p 240 frames per second, while Pocophone F1 is able to shoot 1080p 120 frames per second and 240 frames per second video. Xiaomi allows you to shoot X265 high efficient video, while HTC still stick with the X264 high compatible video. Even though Pocophone F1 is lacking of optical image stabilizer, Xiaomi added in electronic image stabilizer to compensate on it. You will get steady video on both HTC U12 Plus and Pocophone F1. You will be able to shoot 3D audio, high-res audio and sonic zoom video on HTC U12 Plus. Both HTC U12 Plus and Pocophone F1 sport dual speakers, but HTC U12 Plus boom sound dual speakers perform a lot better. Pocophone F1 dual speakers are loud, but it is lacking of details. When combined with flat music files, HTC U12 Plus is able to produce detailed surround sound and close to what the creator wanted you to hear. HTC U12 Plus does not come with 3.5mm headphone jack or even the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack converter, while Pocophone F1 still retains the 3.5mm headphone jack. The only way for you to enjoy music on HTC U12 Plus is through the USB-C earbuds. Combined with HTC U-Sonic and active noise cancellation, you will immerse in the music world. The audio experience through the 3.5mm headphone jack on Pocophone F1 is just decent. You will have better audio experience on HTC U12 Plus. HTC U12 Plus sports a 3500 mAh battery with the support of Qualcomm Quick Charge 4.0, while Xiaomi Pocophone F1 sports a 4000 mAh battery with the support of Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. If you are talking about battery life, I think no one knows how to provide battery life like Xiaomi. Pocophone F1 is able to provide me roughly 1.5 days of battery life, while HTC U12 Plus only able to provide me 1 day of battery life. I'm not going to say that I'm disappointed with HTC U12 Plus battery life, but Xiaomi just know how to provide good battery life. Even though HTC U12 Plus supports Quick Charge 4.0, HTC only included Quick Charge 3.0 charger in the packaging. It would be better if HTC included Quick Charge 4.0 charger in the packaging, as third-party Quick Charge 4.0 charger still very limited, especially in Malaysia. Xiaomi included Quick Charge 3.0 charger in Pocophone F1 packaging, which means that you were able to enjoy Quick Charge out of the box. You will not need to spend extra money to purchase a Quick Charge charger, where most of budget offerings from Xiaomi often left out the Quick Charge charger. The India version of Pocophone F1 supports Quick Charge 4.0. HTC U12 Plus requires roughly 1.5 hours to fully recharge, while Pocophone F1 requires more than 2 hours to fully recharge. Will I spend 3,500 ringgit Malaysia to get the HTC U12 Plus? Or will I spend 1,300 ringgit Malaysia on the Pocophone F1 and keep the rest of the money? The answer is both. If you are willing to spend 3,500 ringgit Malaysia on HTC U12 Plus, you will get the best LCD display, best performance, great ultra pixel camera, great boom sound dual speakers, and good battery life. If you're only willing to spend 1,300 ringgit Malaysia on Pocophone F1, you will get decent LCD display, best performance, decent camera, decent dual speakers, and great battery life. If I'm telling you that you are not missing out much with the Pocophone F1, then I'm lying to you. The extra money that you pay for HTC U12 Plus will provide you a better experience, especially you are the person that enjoy your content on your smartphone. If you are a person that games a lot and you only do basic content consumption, Pocophone F1 is definitely the choice for you. That is all for this comparison. If you want to know more about HTC U12 Plus and Xiaomi Pocophone F1, you will find a playlist at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe. See you on the next video.